The latest price data from two of the biggest sources of real estate information shows a resurgence in the regional areas in competition with the capital cities. Now, the background to this is that the combined regions have outperformed on capital growth since COVID, with regional areas generally outperforming the big cities in the past 4 years. But in the past 12 months, the tables have turned somewhat, with the cities overtaking the regions on growth in median prices led by Adelaide, Brisbane and Perth. Now we're seeing another twist in the tail, with the latest statistics from both PropTrack and CoreLogic indicating that the combined regions have had a resurgence since the start of 2024. So let's look at the PropTrack numbers first. PropTrack figures indicate that the combined regions had 0.3% growth in the home price index in April, compared with 0.2% in the capital cities. The highest growth in April was in Perth, followed by Adelaide, but the regional areas of New South Wales, Queensland and Western Australia also were exceeding the national average growth figure. In annual terms, the cities are ahead, up 7.2% compared to 5.1% in the regions. Perth, Adelaide and Brisbane have all had exceptional growth, but the regional markets in Queensland, South Australia and Western Australia have all increased by more than 10% in the past 12 months. The underachievers in the past 4 years have been Melbourne, Hobart, Canberra and Darwin, as well as regional Victoria and regional Tasmania. We really do have multi-speed markets in Australia, which is the norm at any point in time for this country. But since the COVID era started, the regions have been the overall stars, with home prices rising 55% in 4 years on average, compared with 36% by the capital cities. In that 4-year period, the biggest increase has been by regional Queensland, up 68%, with regional South Australia close behind with a 67% increase. Next is Adelaide, followed by Brisbane and then Perth. And 3 other regional markets grew by more than 50% in the 4 years: New South Wales, Western Australia and Tasmania. Now, CoreLogic has different numbers from PropTrack, which is also normal, but the market patterns are similar. The CoreLogic figures show that in the past 12 months, the cities are ahead, with house prices rising 10.3%, while the combined regions have risen 6.3%. But more recently, the regions have excelled. In April, the house prices in the regions overall increased 0.8%, compared with 0.5% in the capital cities, with the regional markets in Queensland, South Australia and Western Australia all rising more than 1% in the month of April. The single biggest increase was Perth, up 2%, while Adelaide increased 1.2%. In the latest quarter, the regions are up 2.1%, compared with 1.7% in the cities, with the regional markets of Western Australia, South Australia and Queensland again leading the way, but with Perth again recording the biggest individual increase. In the year to date, the first 4 months of 2024, the combined regions have grown overall 2.6%, compared with 2.2% by the combined capital cities. And it's a similar scenario with the unit markets. In the year to date, the combined regions have grown 2.8% against 1.7% in the capital cities. And the regions are also ahead in the past 12 months, up 7.2% compared to 6.7% in the cities. In the capital cities, Brisbane, Adelaide and Perth have all excelled on unit price growth, but Melbourne, Hobart, Darwin and Canberra have been weak, and that's dragged down the capital city average overall. In the regions, Queensland is the leader in the unit markets, and South Australia, Western Australia and New South Wales have all performed solidly. So the overall message in the data is that affordability is the key factor. Whichever way you look at the price figures, the outstanding performers have not been the expensive cities like Sydney, Melbourne and Canberra, but smaller cities like Adelaide, Perth and Brisbane, and the affordable regional markets.